Now, Vindolanda is the beginning of the saga. It was the first book of what was originally a trilogy and has expanded to be 6 books, all involving Flavius Ferox. Now, it's very difficult introducing a novel because you really don't want to give the plot away and say the butler did it or whatever. Though I can assure you, in fact, in none of those 6 books did the butler do it. But Vindolanda starts with raiders coming across into the Roman province, into the area of their allied tribes. Flavius Ferox is a centuria regionarius, this regional centurion in a little outpost, an invented fortlet, not big enough to be a fort, but somewhere to the north of Vindolanda. I've got a fair idea of where I put it on that, but it isn't actually a real site, though it's based very much on lots of small Roman military installations. And it's a story of chasing the raiders, it's a story of intrigues amongst the Romans. You have Flavius Cerealis, the garrison commander at Vindolanda, who is also of the royal line of the Batavians, the soldiers who are serving under him in the 9th cohort of Batavians. You've got his wife, Sulpicia Lepidina, daughter of a senator, her brother being involved in a scandal and exiled. Politics going on. This is the early days of Trajan's reign, when he's not yet become the big, strong, successful emperor that history remembers. So it's about the conflict between the Romans and the peoples of the area. The tribes further north, kings like Tincomius, the ambitious man who's building an empire, north of the Fourth Clyde line, up in what would later become Scotland. And there'll be visits there, we'll travel around, we'll meet all sorts of characters. There'll be druids, there'll be magicians, there'll be raiders, renegades, murderers, all sorts of things going on. As I said in the introduction to the overall series, this is meant to be a Western, but I've tried to create a plausible world based on the evidence that we actually have for late Iron Age Roman Britain, depending on where you want to draw the line. So Vindolanda is an adventure story. It's about Flavius Ferox. It's got lots of fights, builds up to a big battle near the end, but also lots of skirmishes, lots of intrigue, lots of plots, lots of murders. And it's supposed to be a rattling good yarn, a boy's own adventure, really. As I say, a Western, with the hero being our centuria regionarius, our marshal, our lawman, our gunslinger, or in this case with a gladius sword at his belt rather than a 6-gun, who does what a man has to do and cuts his way through, solves the problem, works out what's going on, and tries to resolve things as well as he possibly can for the good of everyone.